About a few days ago, I re-downloaded a game in which I have not played in at least 10 years, which is, well, Clash Royale. And this was the kind of game that back when I was in second or third grade, which I think was like 2015 or 2014, I forgot, back when I was in elementary school. This was like a game that was like really popular amongst like your school peers. Like everyone played this, everyone and their mother played this game. And now, when I re-downloaded Clash Royale again, it's still fun. I am, however, still on the lower ladder of the game, and I showed a friend of mine that I started playing Clash Royale again, and he just told me to just straight up delete the game. And I would understand why, because now I noticed that when I. The first thing that I noticed actually when I re downloaded this game was that, oh wow, it is very different. They rearranged, like, I noticed, like, the giant skeleton, you get him at like Arena 11. I remember back then I think he was early game, I believe. You literally get him when you first started off the game. So yeah, that was very confusing for me. And then they have things like the champions, the evolutions, the evos, whatever the fuck they call it, in which you probably will start seeing people have those in their decks, in the higher or like mid or upper higher ladder in the game, and it's just generally not fun because Supercell does not fucking care about power balancing anymore, which that just makes sense. And I just realized that it happens to really old mobile games that were released a long time ago and are still being updated to this day. Like, well, case in point, Clash Royale or Clash of Clans or Plants vs Zombies or any online mobile game. I know that Plants vs Zombies isn't exactly considered widely considered an online game, but like I guess it still counts because you have like PvZ2 with the battle arena. It There's this thing that happens in which, as time progresses, the power balancing and the difficulty of the game just fucking gone, because they don't update the older characters or the older arsenal, so they just have these newly updated ones that are extremely overpowered, and it's just overall just a power creep compared to the old ones. And one of my favorite examples of this, and maybe some of you won't agree with me, but as I said before, the leveling system in Plants vs Zombies 2 specifically, where it doesn't really matter what plants you pick, or at least the strategy gets a bit dumbed down a bit, because you have these plants in which you can just upgrade them to level 20. Level 20 was the max for most of them. You can upgrade them to the highest level, and strategy becomes really stale because you can just pick almost any high level plant and they will just do the job right. Whether it's a damager, a sun producer, you can just have them in a really high level. They have they have fast recharge. They're really effective. It's just not balanced, not at all. There is no incentive to pick a certain plant in which their dynamics would work with each other. No, it just doesn't work anymore, because you have plants that are extremely high level. Just pick one of them and like it'll do the job right. And yeah, it becomes really annoying. And I see this happening with Clash Royale, and they just have cards and characters that like keep one upping each other, and it becomes this thing where the older cards just aren't relevant anymore, which is why it's probably why that I maybe I'll delete the game once I get into the higher upper ladders. But for now, the game is still fun because people just have decks that aren't too overly powerful. And actually, when I downloaded Clash Royale again, I started noticing it on my YouTube feed where where there are videos of people just complaining about the newly added cards and how ridiculously overpowered they are. In which, fair enough, but now I feel like also they have this new mode in the home menu in which you can like play this sort of like fucking D&D role playing game. I don't fucking know. I don't like it though because I don't really understand how you play it. But other than that, basically the main takeaway of this video is that there's not really a takeaway. I'm just speaking my mind and like expressing my thoughts on what I feel about Clash Royale as a game now, because well, it's very drastically different from what it was years ago. Maybe, and it's reasonable for people to think that now it's a bad game. Just delete the game. It's bad because there's no power balancing anymore. It doesn't exist. But for now, it's still fun. It's such a shame though. I wish I was really good at the game back then. Then maybe I would have enjoyed it way more than I do right now. And not that I'm saying that I enjoy it less. It's just, well, maybe I do enjoy it less. Well, but that's all. Thanks for listening.